Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. I wanted to talk to you today about how the narcissist fantasy is always a lie. It's always fake. And if you think about the enemy always comes in by being fake, right? Everything's lies. So you got to understand, when you get into a relationship with the narcissist, the deeper that you go is to believe more and more of the lie, and to back up more and more of the lie, to be deceived more. That's why you get so injured in these types of relationships, because we're supposed to live in reality, and reality is truth. The reality of things and what they truly mean. And that's why it's hard, because in the world we live in, there's a lot of lie. That is what they consider in textbook and different situations the truth, but it's not. It's been massaged, so to speak, by this world system, because they want you to believe a certain way. And when you get into the relationship with the narcissist, you could be a truth teller. And that's usually who they come to, people that like to tell the truth. And they're passionate about the truth. They're passionate about what they feel, how they love, what they represent, their integrity. And the narcissist comes in and they kill all of that. They kill love. They kill your truth. They get you to back them up, and they're the lie. They represent the complete lie of anything. They always say when the narcissist moves in their mouth, they're lying. So these are different ways where you end up giving up on everything good. And that's why I say, by the time you get head deep into the relationship or headlong into it, several years down the road, you're almost just like them. Now, you're not the evil one, but you are forced, if you're going to be in a relationship with a narcissist, to believe the fantasy, which would be what they've made up, the role that they have placed you in, and who they say they are, the mask. Because that's not true at all. How good they are is not true. And then you're putting your stamp of approval on them. And that's why you get injured so much, because when you come out of these relationships, you got to unravel all of this. You got to unravel being in the lie and indoctrinated into a lie and Stockholmed into a lie, to now unraveling it back to being a truth teller. If you're in a lie, that's how you lose yourself, because you were built, and everybody is built and brought up to understand the truth, to seek the truth, to obey what's good and deny what's evil. And those are the things that we have to work on, our shadow self, to some degree, right? The stuff that people don't see, we need to work on our inside and becoming better and more obedient, to the Lord. And when you're in the relationship with the narcissist, you don't become more obedient to the Lord. You become more defiant, disobedient, because you're forced to back up somebody that is promoting a lie. And the whole lifestyle is a lie. And it's not even just a lie, but it's an evil individual. So they're also performing deceptive things, and they're devious, they're mischievous. They are getting over on people, and also what comes with that is violence sometimes. And reaping what you're sowing is going to be way off from what you may expect, and then you may think that God is unfair. And all of these things take you down a pathway that lead you away from God and your true purpose. See, the fantasy and the narcissist are always there to take you off of track, off the track of the narrow path, right? The straight and narrow path, which would be Christ. But sometimes God lets you go through things that will wake you up as well. And a lot of times that's the case. You know, when you're born into these families, dealing with this from birth or childhood, you kind of end up being established in these situations, whether you like it or not, for a time. But if you continue to seek the truth, then you will get your answer. It's like if you knock hard enough, the door will be opened into that truth, to that understanding, and to that knowledge. Or that light will shine on that dark place if you don't understand. See, the narcissists, they know enough. Even the ones that are in autopilot, the ones that aren't conscious of what they're doing, they know enough to know that they're doing wrong. They don't know it all, or, I mean, as far as they don't know everything they're doing wrong, maybe, because they're deceived, but they know enough to know that they're not on the right path and they're not doing anything about it. So there's no narcissist out there that's innocent. But a lot of times the fantasy is always, it's the lie. The enemy always comes with the lie, but he'll package the lie in many different ways to make it look good. And he'll come at you from different angles. That's why they're evil. The spirits, they're evil, and they devise evil, and they try to data mine you and find out what your weakness is, what you would be weak to as far as lusts of the earth. What could they use to draw you in an evil way, in an evil fashion? And then they will go on that front, that attack, to come at you. And they will appear nice, they will appear helpful, they will appear to be on your side, they will appear lovely, kind, and giving in the very beginning. But slowly that ugly mask comes off. And it's like when they're trying to deceive you in the very beginning, they're going to layer and layer more good things on top of their character and personality. It's all a fake. But once you get headlong in the relationship, they're going to take off more layers of how evil they are and how deceitful they are, and you're going to accept it because they got you hooked now. So you just got to be careful, because they get you controlled through your emotional field after they get love and trust involved. And then they get you, your mind, will, and your emotions, and then emotions first, your emotional field. And then they go for your mind and your will, and also you're concerned about, you can get jealous because they try to triangulate you, and you may not ever be a jealous person. They will plant seeds in you. They'll plant seeds in you to come outside yourself, so to speak, or to act instead of be, and end up being fake and showing this whole other side that you're not normally, because they keep taking you down a crooked path that you don't like, and you know it's evil, but now you're intertwined and in love, or you are a double-minded individual at some point, and you feel stuck. And then when you get out of the situation, you're still dealing with coming off the spell or the rumination. The best thing you could do is level off your hormones, as far as dealing with not having too many ups and downs, leveling that off. And then you have to get in a lot of quiet places and rest, because your mind, your brain is just overworked. And your hormones and your endocrine system, your adrenal glands, all of that. And that's where they get you hooked in the addiction towards them, where you need to get those hits of dopamine and serotonin, and then they have the cortisol, And one thing leads to another, and you become, before you know it, you'll feel like you're, very similar to them because of the covenants that you went into. That, I always say the enemy will drag you out to a desert and drop you off and leave you. But it didn't start there. It started in a beautiful resort. But by the end of the situation, you'll be in the desert by yourself with nothing but dust. So you got to be careful. But if you can keep that in mind, give me a like, a subscription, a thumbs up. Love you all. Till next time. Peace. Sold you up. We out.